Whoa, that is not the correct lighting. Hold up real quick. All right, ignore the weird lighting. Obviously, I don't have no type of studio lights, even though I should. I just went next door to the storage area and grabbed some lamps, which y'all probably can't even see because it won't focus on. But anyway, the lighting gonna be weird. Disregard that. Either way, y'all can see me, I can see y'all right there. So, welcome back to another video. It's your boy, My Hustle, aka Maserati Fat Boy, aka the Abu Dhabi Big Body, aka the Go Don, aka the Fat Nigga with a Lot. And I just got a lot more because, as you can see by the title and whatever the thumbnail may be, which I have not figured out yet, I bought a wrestling company called Cactus League Wrestling, and I'll put that right here across the screen. Make sure y'all go to the Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, whatever the case may be. Google Cactus League Wrestling. Follow everything to do with Cactus League Wrestling because that's everything to do with me, your boy, My Hustle. So, I guess, considering the fact that this is a sit-down video and considering the fact that I don't do these that much, we're going to have a little story time on how I came to buy Cactus League Wrestling. So stay tuned. Y'all want to know something funny though? I just rewatched that last clip that I made and I just noticed I am the definition of I've been busy. I look like the personification of I've been grinding. Look at this, bro. Haven't had a haircut in months. Man, you know, beard all overgrown and nappy. But hey, it's cool because we've been grinding. We've been making big moves and that's what My Hustle is all about. So stay tuned. Just give me a second, man. I got some coals on the burner and I got to make me a hookah bowl because I want to smoke some hookah with y'all. So if you got a hookah and you smoke hookah, break it out with me. Put some coals on, pause the video. I'll be right here. As soon as you unpause it, go pack you a bowl and let's sit here and smoke some hookah and talk. Be right back. All right, man. We good now. We good to go. Got the hookah, you know what I'm saying? And we good, so. All right, we back now, and that is so much better, man. That's one thing that gets me through my day. You know, when you're so busy and when you're so focused on doing what you got to do all the time, it's nice to have that little moment to do what you want to do. And for me, that's the hookah. It's just something that I want to do throughout the day, you know. But anyway, you center that a little bit more. There we go. By the way, I'm smoking some Queen of Sex Star Buzz and some Al Fucker Grapefruit Mint. And that's one of my favorite flavors, so it's a pretty good mix for real. But anyway, back to the story time. So, well, to start the story time, as a matter of fact. So I'm friends with this one guy. You know, I'm not gonna list off any names yet because I don't really know how everybody will feel about it, but I'm friends with somebody who wrestles for this company. And he let me know that, you know, his boss was gonna be selling the company soon. And I wasn't in the market to buy a wrestling company. You know, if a lot of you people don't know, I used to wrestle professionally shortly. And, you know, I walked away from it for a lot of different reasons. But I told myself when I walked away from it, you know, it'll find me again. You know what I mean? I won't go searching for it. So anyway, he told me that his boss was going to be selling the company. You know, at first it just ran by me like, oh, cool. You know, Cactus League is going to have a new owner. That's cool. I like to see what's going to happen. And then that night, you know, I went to sleep and I kind of had a little dream that I owned it. And I was like, wow, Why am I not thinking of myself as the owner of it? You know, why am I constantly being a consumer in life and not a producer? You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking about, oh, it'd be cool if they did this and this and this and this, and if they did this, and if they put these wrestlers here, and if they booked this person, then I'm like, why don't I just do it? You know? So that was my lesson in that moment. I had to become a producer more than a consumer. I got to stop consuming things that I can have control over, and I can just do it exactly how I want to do it, and then consume my own product. And that's the successful mindset, in my opinion. You know, I'm no expert. So anyway, I'm getting off track. The company was going up for sale, and after that night, I had that dream. The next day, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy the company. So the guy that owned the company before me, he was out of town at the time, so I had to hit him up on Facebook Messenger, you know, and I'm like, hey, I heard it through the grapevine, you selling the company? He's like, yes, it's true. When can we meet up? You know, so the next week he got back into town. We met up, and the next day closed the deal, bought the business. The reason why I closed the deal so quick is because, one, the price was really good. You know what I mean? And two, it's something that I just always wanted to get into. I've been a lifelong wrestling fan, you know? So to have that opportunity to me was just great. And I took it and I jumped on it. And now I'm 3 weeks in as of Tuesday. Today is Saturday. This video may be up on Saturday. This video may be up on Sunday. You may not see this video for months or years from now. But anyway, that's not the point. Tuesday will be my 3rd week here in a few days, and I've already changed a lot as far as I'm concerned. So a question that I'm getting from a lot of my friends, you know, and acquaintances is, you know, how do you put yourself in a position to even buy a business, you know, coming from nothing? Because if you know me, and if you've known me for a while, you know that I've always been a person that, you know, come from nothing essentially. And my phone is ringing. Sorry about that. My phone is literally always ringing. So, I forget exactly where I was. I was talking about coming from nothing, you know, the old cliche story, but it's true. You know, like, I've had cars repossessed from me. I've been evicted, you know what I mean? And that was just due to laziness, you know, lack of motivation. You know, I'm not blaming that on any circumstance besides my own. But the moral of the story is, at some point I had a shift. You know, at some point I decided, okay, I need to save my money. I need to figure out a way to earn more money, you know, based on effort, not only hours, you know. So I quit my job. I took a leap of faith, and one day we'll get into all that. One day we'll get into all of that, you know, if y'all want to hear about that, if y'all care to hear about that. But I took the leap of faith, and it paid off, and it's paid off so far, you know, and this is a new journey for me, and I want to make consistent videos about this, you know, about what it is like owning this type of business, because this is all new to me. You know what I mean? So how it works is, I'm considered what you would call a wrestling promoter now. So I book shows, I book talent from different areas. I already have talent here that's signed with Cactus League Wrestling. And we make matches, we make good shows. That's how wrestling works. That's how the wrestling world works. And you know, you get yourself a venue, you sell out the venue, you make good money, then it's on to the next show. You know what I mean? But it's not all about making good money. It's about putting on a good show. So if you guys want to see any type of wrestling content, let me know. Like, if you guys want me to film a training and show you what training is like for the guys, comment down below. Comment down below and just let me know any questions you guys have, because I will be doing a Q&A maybe for my next video if I get enough questions. If I get at least 20 questions, I'll be doing a Q&A. Let's say 15. If I get at least 15 questions, I'll be doing a Q&A, you know, for the next video. Also, on a side note, I'm getting new tires for my car on Monday for all of you people who love the car content. And if anybody knows what new tires mean in the YouTube world, that means that we're going to burn them to the ground before I get them replaced. So stay tuned for that too. I don't know when I'm going to have that video up, but I'm going to be doing some wild stuff in the SRT, because obviously I don't care about those tires anymore, and I might just get them rotated or something so the back ones would be a little fresher so we can really burn them out. But anyway, this is one of those videos to where it's like, you know, it could be kind of boring. You know what I mean? I'm not doing anything interesting. I'm just sitting here talking to my camera in my office. But I feel like for the people who do need to hear it, they'll enjoy it. And I know that I'm one of the people, you know, who source these type of videos and look for them, you know, so I can become inspired by them. So just a background on me, because I never really got too personal here. I don't have a high school diploma. My work history sucks. I don't have A1 credit. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of factors that should keep me down according to, you know, the standards of this country or the standards of the people, whoever it may be, but it doesn't. So part of the reason I wanted to make this video is to tell you that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you come from. It matters where you end at. It matters what you do to change your future. And this is something that I did to change my future. And a lot of people may not see that right now, but I see it. You know, I have that vision. I'm done dreaming. It's all about visions now. You know what I mean? I can visualize what Cactus League will be in the future because it's mine now. I get to put my stamp on it. I'm the 100% owner. This is my company. Can't nobody take that away from me. And once you get that feeling, it's addicting. You know what I mean? Once you get that feeling, you start looking around for other stuff. What else can I buy? I want to get into real estate. I want to do this. You know, ownership is everything and it feels good. So basically, the moral of this part of the story is focus on making money off of effort and not time. You know what I mean? And that's how you're going to maximize things. Focus on networking. Focus on putting yourself in crowds where you probably don't belong according to some people. Focus on being around the people that you want to be like, opposed to the people who you want to kick it with, who you want to party with, who you want to go to the hookah lounge with. Like, that's not to knock any of those people, but you just have to be on your own. At some point, you got to stand on your own 2 feet and say, okay, it's different now. You know what I mean? I have to change. It sucks because sometimes you lose friends. You know what I mean? And that's just a part of the game, though. So that's something that you got to be prepared for, and that's just a heads up, you know, because it will happen. You know, in your journey to success, you will lose friends, you will gain enemies, but just remember that your enemies are going to pay you the most attention, so leverage them. You know what I mean? And that's the big part of the reason I'm speaking right now on YouTube, because the people who support me, they're going to support me no matter what. The people who don't support me are going to make sure that they tune into this video first thing they do. Soon as they see that notification, it's tune in so they can critique it and so they can find something wrong with me. You know what I mean? And there's a lot wrong. If that's your opinion, there's a lot wrong. Let's say that. But hey, you still here, you still watching, and that's just the way it goes. So the proper steps to being able to put yourself in this position, or at least what worked for me, I'm gonna go over that because I feel like knowledge should be free, and I feel like if my efforts or what I did can help any of you as a shortcut, well, there's really no shortcuts, but as a immediate answer, I'll tell you what I did. So of course, like I said, I started from nothing, don't got good credit, you know, didn't have a ton of money, you know, didn't have too many resources. So what I did is start networking. I put myself in crowds, like I said earlier, where I don't belong according to others. You know what I mean? I networked with all these people that I wanted to be like. You know, all these people that I wanted to be like, they got college degrees, you know, they got this, they got that, they got family money, they got inheritances, they got all these things that I don't have. You know what I'm saying? So it got to the point where I had to be like, okay, what can I do to get ahead? And what I did was trade resources. So for example, this isn't a real example, this is hypothetical, but if I found someone who does carpeting in houses, right? Then I found somebody who does drywall. Then I found somebody who paints. I would connect those people in a way. I would trade off someone else's trades that they worked on to put myself in that circle. So I would go to the guy who does carpet, and then I'll go to the 2 guys who does walls, and I'll connect them. I'll say, okay, listen, to the guy that does carpet, I got 2 buddies. One of them do paint, one of them do drywall. They can come hook you up if you go hook them up. And then that way I become the middleman. You know what I mean? I start trading other people's trades. You know what I mean? Just for them. And I'm included in that circle now. I did that in the business world though, not those exact examples like I said. And that got me ahead because that put me in positions to where people would come to me for those sources. Like, hey, I need somebody who can do this. And all I was doing is networking. You know, there was no finances involved except for the cost to travel, you know what I mean? But who doesn't want to go on a vacation, save up a little bit? You know, I spent a lot of time out in LA, things like that. Networking, knowing people who do stuff. That's what you have to know. And then eventually, once you know people who do stuff, you'll realize that you're doing stuff too. And you'll realize that your biggest investment can just be your head, you know, and your mouth. What you can say, what you can do, what you can think for others, and how you can connect them. So it got to a point to where I noticed that I was doing for myself. You know what I mean? Like I said, I quit my job. I took a leap of faith. And at first I was just getting by, you know? I was staying afloat. Okay, it's going to work for me. Somehow, some way this is going to work. And it ended up working. But not because I had hope, not because I was patient, waiting on right timing, you know, perfect timing. There's no such thing. It's because I worked hard, I networked, I was very resourceful. Whenever somebody needed something, they would be calling me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't have a college degree, didn't have a ton of money, don't have good credit, don't have this, don't have that. You know, all these factors that you would think. The reason that I keep stressing about these is because you would think that that's exactly what you need to get ahead, and it's really not. Like, I'm telling you straight up, that is not the case. So eventually, all these people who I wanted to be like was calling my phone all day. Hey, can you find me somebody who can do this? Can you find me somebody who knows this? Of course I can, because I've been spending time networking, and I've been spending time meeting people who are doing things with their life. So of course I can connect you in this way. And as a thank you, you know, they give you gratuity. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's another connection. They'll put you on your feet. They'll do whatever you need them to do, because that's what loyalty is. It's a trade-off. Just like the guy that was doing carpet traded a carpet job for the drywall and the paint job. It's the same exact thing. Long story short, realize that your biggest investment is not always money, and you will get ahead in no time. Another important thing is to put yourself in places where you are uncomfortable, because there's no growth in your comfort zone. Like, for me, I'm not a clubber. I don't like going out to clubs. I don't like partying. That's just not my style. It never has been. But when I first moved here to Arizona in February of 2019, eventually, you know, I opened a hookah lounge that failed. So it's a lot of failures in business. I had a hookah lounge right up the road from here, and it's ironic that I'm right down the street again, but this time I own something. You know, this time I'm not trying something. This time I'm doing something. So that was a lesson. But when I first got here, I opened a hookah lounge. That went underwater. That did not go good. And then I started to become a club promoter. Like I said, I don't like clubbing. I don't care about partying. I don't care about none of that. I don't drink. I don't smoke other than hookah. You know what I mean? As y'all can see. And I love hookah, by the way. So if you want to give me a gift, send me some shisha. That's the best thing you can do for me. But anyway, I became a club promoter. And I was promoting these club events and, you know, meeting all these artists, you know, and all these people who do this and do that. And that was my new form of networking. You know, I had to leverage that to my advantage. Even though it was something I didn't like, I knew that these people, they might not be doing what I want to do in life, but they achieved the level of success that I want to achieve, you know, as far as finances go. And as far as being able to build a brand off yourself goes. So I started, you know, hanging out with artists, you know, and DJs and things like that. And I had a great time. You know what I mean? It wasn't exactly my comfort zone, but I grew a lot during that. You know what I mean? And once I started connecting with those people, then I became more of a connection. And then I became a club promoter, which a lot of people are attracted to that because, you know, they want discounted events. So then they're going to follow your stuff. And then that's how I gained a, you know, a subscription basis. So everything I did was very strategic. Everywhere I hung out was very strategic. I would go out to hookah lounges. You know, I would network with people there. And once the quest is complete, it's complete. You won't see me there anymore. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, anywhere that I go at this point in my life, I want it to be with purpose. So next week when I go to LA, I got some business to handle out there. I'm going to take y'all with me. I'm going to make a couple LA vlogs. So that's something to look forward to. And that's what it is. Like, you have to network. You have to keep networking. You have to keep meeting new people. Eventually it'll work out. And then once you need something, you know, considering the fact that, you know, at this point I bought a wrestling promotion. I was a promoter, so now I know promoters. And I am again a promoter in a different aspect, but I know how the promotion game works. And I didn't know that I was going to buy this company, but that's just an example of how stepping outside of your comfort zone can be used to your advantage. Because now I know everything about promoting. Now I know how Tucson works. Now I know what the people here like. Now I know what you need to do to get them here. You know what I mean? Those are all things that I learned along the way. I wouldn't say accidentally, but without knowing the true purpose of. You know what I mean? But now I know. Now I know what it was all for. So keep networking. Keep pushing. Keep meeting people and surround yourself with who you want to be. I don't care how good a friend is. I don't care how much fun y'all have together. If you don't see a majority of what you want to be in that person, you got to get rid of them. You got to get rid of them. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way life works. That's part of being an adult, you know, and it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. So in this video, I tried to answer most of the questions that I would ask, you know, if I was looking from the other side of this, you know, watching it on my phone or on my computer, whatever. I tried to answer those questions. If I didn't, ask me those questions, you know, and like I said, my next video, if everything goes right, will be a Q&A, and I will get into the nitty gritty. I will get into details. You know, a lot of people want to know a lot about my life. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to know how I came from essentially nothing, you know, in my opinion, nothing as far as material goes, even though material doesn't matter. It can't get you far ahead. You know, how I started driving an SRT now, how I have extra money nowadays, how I have a motorcycle now, you know what I mean? And that's not to brag, that's just to say that just through working and putting myself outside of my comfort zone, I got all those things that I used to dream of, and it wasn't as hard as it seemed. You know what I mean? When I thought about it originally, it didn't seem attainable. Like, it seemed like it was just too far away. Oh, I just got to get a good job. Oh, I might as well go work at Amazon. If I can pull double shifts and if I can do this, then I'll be able to hang with an SRT payment, and I'll be able to get the motorcycle I want, and I'll be able to, you know, go wherever I want. And it can work like that. It can work like that. It doesn't work like that for me. For me, that's not how it works. For me, I like to do what I love to do and get the things that I like. You know what I mean? It's just that simple, and I don't choose no other way. So anyway, that's the end of this story. Drop any questions that you have in the comments. Like I said, make sure you guys go subscribe to Cactus League's YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go like the Facebook and Instagram and things like that. And I will put those links below in the description. So with that being said, this has been my hustle. What's yours? Peace.